Taurus, thank you for joining me today. This is your astrology prediction for 2015. I'm going to give you a rundown of all 12 months and really give you an idea of what the themes are and what the major influences are going to be for you in the coming year. So you start off in January with a huge amount of energy and focus on traveling and expansion. So it could be traveling within your own mind, kind of signing up for new courses, learning something, really working hard at learning new skills and for developing yourself. Or it could be that you actually go traveling. And either one of those factors I would really recommend, and I would really suggest that you do that, because there's so much energy in that house of expansion and growth and development for you, that if you don't do something like that, you'll feel extremely frustrated and you'll have lots of spare energy that isn't going anywhere. When you don't use the energy that way, it can often come out sideways. So it might be that you're irritable or discontent, something like that. Make sure you start 2015 by growing and developing yourself. February sees some of your hopes and dreams kind of dashed in terms of your relationships. And I really feel that a friend who you love dearly or a man who you love dearly in your life, there's some sort of conflict and there's some sort of crisis going on in that sector. There's a lot of communication and a lot of teaching going on in your working life at the same time, and that really gives you a sense of family and gives you a sense of belonging. So you're really going to identify with your work in February. If you are employed, then really use that as a safe haven, as a sanctuary, as a place to make you feel comfortable and whole, and to help you through the difficulties in terms of your friendship life. March is a wonderful time to really conceive a new idea, conceive a new way of being within yourself through spirituality or through being of service to other people. You learn something about yourself by either volunteering or by trying a new meditation technique, but you get some answers that allow you not to conform to the status quo, but to be yourself and the self that you really want to be. April kind of lingers on a little bit in that sector, and you get really even stronger in terms of who you are. So you start to dig your heels in a little bit. You start to say, I am who I am. If you don't like it, I really don't care anymore. You know, I've come a long way. I've made a lot of progress. And if you still don't like this about me, if our friendship really isn't going to work because I've developed, then unfortunately, you're going to have to go. And I see you really being uncompromising in that sense and really having solidity and structure in terms of who you are. Taurus, you're the ball. You know, you don't like change anyway, but you do go with the flow. Sometimes though, when you're really certain of something, you do dig your heels in and you say enough is enough and I can only adapt so much. And that really happens in April. May is good for you. There's going to be a lot of activity in terms of your business life, in terms of your working life, and in terms of the finances and the money that you get. There'll be an expansion in that sense. So really expect, especially through communication, to get some information around your money, around your finances, and to spend a lot of that time in May talking about money. You know, obviously this is kind of your time of the year, and this is when you can build something concrete. That continues into June, and that energy gets even stronger. So in May you make the plans, you discuss what you want to achieve in your working life, and then in June you put those into place. You communicate them, you get very focused on them, you get very strong about them, and you sign the contracts, you do the deals. You get very, very focused, and this is the dream. This is now where friendships didn't work for you at the beginning of the year. You've now altered course a little bit and you've said, what can I achieve money-wise? You know, I don't have control over other people in my life. People I love often or sometimes leave me or abandon me or disappoint me. What do I have control over? And you, Taurus, always find your controlling ways when it comes to money. And that's why you often have a lot of money, because you like to have something to play with. And you bring that kind of focus into that sector of your life and you really make some inroads there. Family is going to be really good for you at this time of the year as well, so really spend time with family members. You will love spending time with your family. There won't be a lot of friction. There'll be a real connection in terms of who you are as a person and how you connect with your family members. Now, July is very much about taking stock, kind of, it's the 7th month of the year, but you kind of alter course a little bit and you say, I've done all of these things so far. It's almost like you take a time out and you say, what direction am I going to go in? Am I going to go in? And it's like you're at a crossroads at this time of the year and you really evaluate things. What I see you focusing on in future, and really what I see you driving towards in August, is again family, which is a strong theme for you this year, and then personal relationships on a greater scale. So sanctuary in terms of work and sanctuary in terms of family, but really there's a need for you to feel, or there's an exploration in 2015, where are my roots? Where am I safe? Where's my safe haven? Where can I go to be shielded and to be protected? Chiron sits in your sector of hopes and dreams and relationships for, I think, the whole of the year. Let me just double check. Yes, the whole of the year. So this is really, there's a constant transformation of what is it that I want to achieve and how is that working or not working, and there's a reevaluation of those themes all year long. Now, September moves forward, and this is really the month of 2015 when romance starts to play a big role in your life. Jupiter and the Sun move into that sector in Virgo, so you become very discerning of what you're looking for. I'm looking for a redhead who is 5'8", whatever poundage you're looking for, but you get very specific. That's the point. So you become very much, this is what I'd like to achieve. This is how I can have fun and how I can really express myself in a loving way, and that really becomes a focus for you. So really enjoy that, go with that. The other thing that supports you in that is all the wonderful feelings and nurturing that you receive from your family throughout the year, and that's really going to give you the confidence and strength to go out and to meet new people. You know, if you're constantly being criticized or if you feel unsafe and unstructured, it's often very, it's a bit of a stretch to meet new people because it's extra, where do you get the energy from? But you won't struggle with this year because your family is really going to be nurturing and loving towards you. Now, in October, there's going to be some sort of alteration to your daily routine, to your working life, a change in terms of this. It's very likely that you meet a person or that the romance you experience in your relationship makes you alter your daily routine a little bit, or you communicate how you want to change things for the better. November is still romance season for you. So really September onwards is all about the more playful side of life. It's about male and female, or male and male, or female and female, whatever it is, but that connection with another person to really expand and grow and have fun, and really to explore how you discern. So there's fun involved, but there's also a kind of lesson underneath all of that for you, Taurus. It's like, how do I judge? What is it that I assume about people, and what standards do I hold other people to that I may not apply to myself? And I think most people do that, and you kind of look at that a little bit more in depth in 2015. Now, the final side of the final month of 2015, you revisit a theme that was really strong for you at the beginning of the year in February, and that's the disappointment in relationship, and that's being let down and things not really working out when it comes to other people and having a lack of control over other people. And that the introspection continues at the end of the year, because now you think, what are my values and how do other people's actions and behavior impact me and influence me? It could be in a very vague kind of intellectual way. So, someone has betrayed me or let me down, how am I coping with it? Or it could be that someone, leaves you an inheritance. And it's that kind of the actions of the very practical actions of other people that then impact you and and cause you to reevaluate the structure in your life and how you operate. So if you inherit, a lump sum from a relative who's passed away, and you then have enough money to buy a house, how does that impact your structure, your foundation? Are you going to put it in the bank? Are you going to move and buy a house in your new location? And it's very much about asking those questions. Where are my roots? Again, where's my safe haven? Where do I belong? And how do I make my hopes and dreams come true, regardless of where I am and in conjunction with where I am? So I hope that gives you some idea of the kind of themes that are coming up for you, Taurus. It looks like a very productive year, but also a year where you ask the tough questions and you get some really wonderful answers. If you'd like a private astrology reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. My email address is readings@gregoryscott.co.uk, and please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for updates in future. Have a wonderful 2015, and I'll speak to you soon.